Roger fell into my hands at first, but then I was like, I gotta either dunk this or I gotta make sure I finish this just to be a little bit happy about the game. So they would have to shoot a three to tie the game to go in overtime. So just the finish was that was the only thing that was on my mind. Finish this layup, and I did, and it went our way. It was in our favor. Yeah.
You guys have 2 major free throws down the stretch. That was kind of a big deal. Ohio had some trouble with theirs. You know, how important is that for you guys to be able to make those?
Oh, that's real big, especially on the road in a hostile environment like OU. I mean, they're crazy. You know, the fans are crazy. And, I mean, it's good though. It's good college basketball. But Scooty, his last 2 free throws were big free throws from Scooty. It was a good way to welcome him back in and playing with us. And we went on the road, first road.
We had Perini in foul trouble. It seems that alone could have been best for you guys to have
Of course.
in the past. What does it mean to have that option now with school?
Oh, it's big. Because when Scooty wasn't here when he fell out, we would kind of be nervous, but we still had to stick in and try to cut it out. But Scooty coming in, and he brings so much to the table. He's driving and shooting. And Mike was still good. He was still on the bench cheering us on, being that teammate, that good teammate. We got it. Shut it up.
Other questions for Rob?
It just been a long time since you guys waited this long to get your first road win. What was that for the rest of the way, just for the younger guys to learn how to win?
Way to be negative, Dave.
Negative.
Said Ford.
It gives us a lot of confidence because this was huge. It gives us a lot of confidence, and we got another road game against Buffalo, so a win on the road going into another road game is huge. And just happy. I want another road. We said road warriors before the beginning of the game. We said we're gonna be road warriors. Let's bring that back. So we're trying to bring that back and just live by it. Thank you.
Questions from anyone but Dave? Much like ride home in Jeopardy.
Just talk about Carlton hitting the 2 free throws left. Pressure situation in his first game back and all that.
Yeah, you know what? He's one of our best shooters, so we have several guys we trust in that situation. But we were happy that he was on the line, and I stepped up and showed some courage. The thing about playing here, probably more so than most MAC arenas, is the crowd is a factor. And they do a great job with the student section, and those guys, they come to the game and they get into it, it's loud, and it's a factor. Whereas some road games in our league, it's a little bit of a factor, but it's more so that you're not playing at home as opposed to the actual atmosphere. And they do a great job with that, and it's something that you can't game plan for it, but kids have to step up and show some courage and some toughness and really focus on the game. And I thought that we did that. I'm sure they felt like in the first half they probably didn't play very well, but I thought in the second half both teams played well. I mean, they had a good half in the second half. It was a good ball game. We were just fortunate that we made 2 plays in a row at the end and were able to sneak out of here with the victory.
You guys had a big rebounding advantage in there. What was going well for you guys inside, being able to get so many offensive putbacks?
Well, we've done a good job this year missing a lot of open shots, which has really encouraged us to make good offensive rebound attempts. But there's some truth to that, to be honest. We really emphasize offensive rebounding because, we've not had a lot of ball games where we've shot the ball super from 3. And coming into the game, we didn't want 3-point shooting to decide it. We felt like if they were able to shoot a high percentage, whether that's from good offense or our bad defense, that they'd really have an advantage to win. And the only way we could really wash that out, because we knew they'd probably shoot 3s better than us, was just to try to get extra possessions on the backboard and make it a grind game. And I thought the pace of the game was somewhat, was to our liking. It wasn't too fast, although it started the first 10 minutes. Both teams really got up and down, and both teams scored well. But they've got a good team. They really play hard, and they are the most potent offensive team in our league. And that's a credit to them. They run good stuff. They have good shooters. Their spacing is better than anyone in the conference, and that's some of the things you have to deal with in playing them. And Cooper is certainly the straw that stirs the drink. But he's got good shooters on the wing at all times, and Baltic just seems to be getting better and better, and is just kind of coming out of his you know, Shell here as a sophomore, I feel like he's, you know, maybe poised to be like an all-conference postman for him, and Washington's really talented. So, you know, I think they're a good team. We feel very fortunate to win.
You caught them in the first half where they kind of struggled offensively. How worried were you that you didn't take advantage of an opportunity to stretch it out? The last 3 minutes were really shaky.
Yeah, you know what though, I mean, the biggest we had the lead, I think we had it to 10 and they got it to 6. Anytime you go on the road, I mean, to me, if you're on the road, we just want it to be tied at half. I mean, if we have the lead, that's great. If we're down a couple, that's all right. I mean, you can't win a game in the first half, but you can lose it in the first half. You know, if you're on the road, you're down 10, usually you're in big trouble. And so our focus was just grinding, and when we got that 10-point lead, it's not that you take the foot off the gas, it's that everybody had 2 fouls, and so we were not playing our, you know, guys that had gotten us the lead in that stretch of the ball game. I thought that the end of the half, it was a concern only that we maybe could have been up 12 or 13, but, you know, I've been in this league long enough that if you're up 12 or 13, I guarantee you that we'd have come out the second half and they'd have been even more fired up to get back in the game, and then the crowd gets even more into it. I mean, there's not a perfect number to be up unless it's 20. And I thought that, you know, they did a good job when they came out establishing Cooper off some ball screen stuff. And, you know, the natural flow of a game, there's always more, there's usually, most games you watch, there are more fouls called in the second half of the ball game than the first half on both teams. And, you know, when it's a game where they're in the bonus, guarding Cooper's that much more difficult because he's got the ball in his hands, he's coming off a ball screen, he comes back off the ball screen going the other way, and you can't nudge him at all because you're going to put him on the line, he's not going to miss free throws, and so it just gets a little tougher, but you know, it is what it is. It's a great quote, use that one. It is what it is.
But if anyone said before the game, you can have Scooty after a month off at the line with a chance to potentially win.
Hey, you know what? I want a good player on the line. He's a good player. You know, he's not afraid to take big shots. He was making big shots for us. You know, we started 8-3 for a lot of reasons. I'm certainly not going to say he was the sole reason, but I know that we were 8-3 and looked pretty darn good. It beat South Florida, a Big East team, which is something we had never done, and then we went 2-3 without him. And I was not a math major in my time at OU, but I know 8-3 is better than 2-3, so we're glad he's back. Anything else? All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.